What up? What up? How's it going? What up, Marcus?
What up? How we doing, man? You
Good,
ready
bro.
for this?
Yeah,
Whatever we're doing here, I don't know what we're
yeah,
doing.
yeah. Thank you. My first live. I appreciate it. We're gonna have
Happy to
some
be
drama
here, man.
talk, huh?
Happy to be here, ready to start this off, this new series where Darth Lopez keeps it real with the community.
Yes, sir. A little bit of drama conversation in a positive way, if that's possible.
We'll
Right,
see.
right. So what's up?
Now, man, you tell me what you
So
want to do.
let me first say I like that Deviant video. Obviously, that
Thank
was some
you.
good
Thank
shit,
you.
bro. Like the
Worked
way you
on.
put that together, that was pretty dope.
Hope to do
So
more of that. Sure.
yeah. So, well, let me just give a brief little what this is. This is just look, dude, we're just gonna have some fun here. You know what I mean? No holds barred type of conversation. I've asked the weapon to formulate some questions. Are you familiar with the weapon, Marcus?
I am familiar with the weapon, as you
Yeah,
call it. Yes.
as they call it, EBT, engagement battle tactics, right? So I asked the weapon to formulate some questions, right, based off your channel and all this whatsoever. I mean, all that. So that's what it is. And hey, all trolls are welcome. The only thing I ask, if look, if straight angry white male, sticky goes you're out there, just come in with your real handle. Don't come in here with the burner accounts, dude. You know what I mean? So you got something to say, it's respectful, say it. If you don't watch. You know what I mean? But all trolls are welcome, but let's be respectful, right? So this whole thing came to my idea. Really, it's kind of what happened with Mighty, right? That's kind of what I always wanted. I always ask myself, how come nobody talks to or interviews guys that have been involved in drama or guys or channels that the community thinks is very drama-ish, right? I don't know if
Yeah.
that's been done. It's probably been done in another multiverse, dude. I don't know, right? But I figured I'd give it a shot. So that situation that happened on Mighty Comics Live kind of like gave me this idea, and I just fucking went with it. I ran it through my whisper cell. They were down. What? Look, I'll be 100% honest. I am part of a whisper cell, and I like to think it's the most prolific, battle ready whisper cell out there. Let me just say that. So I said, fuck it, man. I asked my boy Marcus, hey, Marcus has been a good dude in this community as far as I'm concerned. So I said, hey, man, I got this idea. You want to fuck around? And he said, yeah. So here we are. So that's basically what it is. I got a few other people I would love to talk to, and basically, it's I want to. So anybody that's ever been involved in drama and has had to have a back and forth with another channel, another content guy, it's kind of get in your head. What were you thinking? Like, do you want to respond? Do you not want to engage? Do you get all like pumped up if you feel you're going to engage? Shit like that. Just some off the wall drama questions, right? Because I think you're not the drama guy people think you are. That's just my opinion, right?
Nobody's all one thing, right?
Nobody's all one thing, bars, as I like to tell you. So, yeah, Marcus Aurelius, that's pretty much what it is. So, you got anything you want to say before we get
No,
cracking?
well, define whisper cell. You use this term a lot. It doesn't quite make sense.
Well, can I give the origin of where I first heard it?
Sure, sure.
Right. So I was hanging out with Razor on one of Razor's show. Satanic Panels came in there, and he came on the stream and he said whisper cell. And then I immediately knew what it was, but I asked him what it was. It's just like pockets of maybe community members, if you will, in a group chat, a bunch of friends, probably, right? In a
How
group.
dare they? How
Right, right.
dare
How
they?
dare they? But I can see how that could be a little hypocritical and toxic, right? Right.
If
I kind of go through that myself, being your
people making friends and messaging each other online is hypocritical and toxic.
well, there could be some bad apples. You know what I mean? There could be some apples out there. I think that's probably where it comes from, right? That's probably where they got the name perfectly and labeled it because
Oh, you mean bad apples like people who message you and directly and talk shit about another person to you? You
yeah,
mean people like
there's
that?
and you know what? That drove me to ask you to be the first guest because people came into my DMs warning me about Marcus Aurelius. And at that time, I think I had already spent some time hanging around with you, and I was like, "Well, fuck, dude." And I did the math, like, That don't really add up, right? But I never really, I held that for a long time, right? But hey, it is what it is. So, but yeah, I hope they're watching, and if they're watching, hey, to be fair, I never said anything. I wanted to judge it for myself, but I couldn't. I think they're completely wrong, right? And I'm not here to call out names. I'm not here to do all that, right? Hey, that's on them if they're out there, right? But this one's for you guys, right? Because I think you guys are completely wrong. But because this motherfucker's been nothing but good to me, been a good comic book ally, good comic book homie. With a lot of other people's out there that like Razor there himself. That's my guy, and that's all complicated. But we're not here for that. But yes, people did come into my DMs warning me about you, Marcus, but they're fucking wrong because you,
I'm
my
the
guy.
bad guy. Say goodnight to the bad guy.
Very, very wrong. What goes on, what other little conflicts you have with others, that's not on me. But to those individuals, if you're out there, you're wrong, and this guy's my guy. That's what I got to say about that. So, you ready for the first question?
I am ready.
Well, you did answer the first one was the whisper cell. So, all right. So check this out. So I'm getting older. I'm 48 years old. So I got, I think I'm getting, I don't even know what it is. Farsighted. I can't see close. So here's the first question. Marcus Aurelius, you've always been honest about liking drama, not for the sake of chaos, but for the fun of conversation and content. Why do you think some people twist that into he hates drama or is he fake?
Yeah, that's a hard question because I really don't have an answer. You've heard many people say that, or at least you guys tell me people say it. They never say it to me, but they say that I pretend that I hate drama, but I actually love it. But anybody who watched FOC and Chill knows that's not true at all. Anytime we got drama to talk about it, I'm excited. You know why? Because my viewership's going to be in the 20s, 30s, and 40s. So yeah, I get hyped for that. I'm not ashamed of that in any way, shape, or form.
Right. Absolutely. Drama sells. And that's why I wish just people be a little bit more honest about it. You know what I mean? We like drama, right? But we don't like it when we're the subject of drama, but still, right? So that's an interesting response there, Marcus.
There's a lot of virtue signaling, right? There's a lot of people who genuinely don't like the drama.
Yes.
They genuinely avoid the drama. They genuinely don't want anything to do with it. But then you have a lot of virtue signals who say they don't like the drama, who says it upsets them and says they get all verklempt about it. But they're in every live chat. They're in all the comments, right? They're in all the whisper cells.
Yes.
Like, stop fronting. I see all of you. Right. I know what you are.
I mean, look, my whole thing is, okay, look, let's get real. You know me more than most. And you've questioned my mentals with the drama. And I've always been honest with you. It's a fucking game to me. It's fun. Like, if we want to troll each other, if that's how far it gets, then fuck it, let's do it. And let's not pretend. Let's just do it. If that's what, because there's not that many people who do that, right? Some of the shit is personal. Like, I got some personal, my feelings were hurt. And I'm gonna do me, right?
You ain't just whistling Dixie.
Yeah, I would do me, right? I'm gonna crash out how I'm gonna crash out, right? But that's not the most of the community, right? But if you're entertained by drama, then fuck it. Don't be ashamed, man. Comment, you like it. You know what I mean? It's sometimes it's not fabricated drama. I believe one personal situation with me, it's not fabricated. That happened, and that's cool. Other shit, well, I'm just trolling. You know what I mean? That's just what it is, right? I'm for it. If that's why, like, again, don't come in here with burner accounts. Just be yourself. And I think that's another thing motherfuckers should stop doing. Look, I've been blocked by some channels out there, right? Okay, fine. I got blocked because I'm a troll. But, if you're going to comment harsh comments and shit, don't block, Take to get the sitter of the, yeah. All right. No response. Okay. All right. You ready for the second question?
Was that a question? Oh, that's a question. Yeah. What's the question?
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Hold on. Again, I need glasses. Okay. Some creators only engage in drama when they feel safe. I like this one. I think this is my favorite one. Some creators only engage in drama when they feel safe. Marcus Aurelius. Like when there's a crowd behind them. But you've always kept that Same energy when it's uncomfortable. Why do you think consistency makes people uncomfortable? Yeah,
Does it make people uncomfortable? I don't know what it is about me that people don't like. I don't. I think maybe it's I. I think somebody. I think 90 said it in the Discord. I can be condescending. Maybe that's true.
I
I
said
don't.
that.
I
I
don't. Oh,
said
it's
that.
you. Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't mean to
don't
be.
take my yeah.
I don't mean to be, but maybe I am. Maybe that's fair.
Right.
I think but for me, and it's the thing I've said to you. Like I'm just the same dude. I'm the same dude in the
Yeah.
Discord. I'm the same guy in the whisper chats. I'm the same guy on these lives. There's really not any difference between any of them, and above all else, I just want to be right. That's the annoying thing about me is I just want to be right all the time.
You want to be
But
right.
I don't understand if people are uncomfortable with me, the people who don't like me. Most of it doesn't make sense to me, but that's okay.
Do you want?
Everybody ain't got to be for everybody.
That's true. 100%. We don't have to watch the same shit. We don't.
Yeah, I
And
mean we
that's
can
another
all
thing that
exist. Yeah,
right.
it's a big world.
That's another thing that irks me, bro. Like I feel like the community is like I don't want to say ashamed, but a little nervous about like saying you like a channel or saying you watch a channel or saying you're a member of a channel. I don't know. It could be just me, but I always get this sense of like people are like, don't really want to express their fandom on certain channels. I'm not that guy.
People
I like.
won't give people their flowers. You mean? Is that what you mean?
Is it? Well, could it be that? Is that what I'm thinking? I
I
don't know,
don't.
man. Well, maybe it's me. It's my shtick, my style. I like paying homage. I like supporting. I like saying, like Mighty. I'm a member. I'm a member of the Mint. I'm a member of the Biggie. Uh, Beyond Wednesday. I'm gonna be a member of the Razor. If you ever do, I'm gonna be a member to you. And that might be where I stop, but I don't know. You know what I mean? But I'm saying, like, hey, dude, I wear that badge. I don't see nothing wrong with saying I like this content creator. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I think there should be more of that shit. Not glazing for clout. And I don't believe in clout chasing, bro. I think the community is open for everybody. So if you have an opinion on somebody, then or a bigger channel, smaller channel, medium channel, why is it clout, bro? This is just fucking YouTube. I'm playing a character most of the time, right? But you and like Razor and others know the real me, right? I hope so, at least. Razor
Yeah.
likes. I know you do, big dog. I got love for you. Hopefully, Razor will
Drama.
be in it. Huh? Go ahead. Go ahead. Cook.
No, I was just gonna say drama. If you look at any kind of subject matter where people are watching it for entertainment, whether it's reality shows on TV, whether it's the 24-hour news cycle, whether it's cooking channels, I bet drama is a part of all of it. And you have
Mm,
coverage of the drama as a part of all of it as well. Like when I'm watching MMA, I love MMA. You guys know I'm watching it every Saturday. Whenever there's drama going on between Patty Pimblett and Mike Chandler, I want to know about this drama. This is all part of the fun of it. I don't know why it would be any different for the comic book space, but I get if you want it to be different, but um it's not going to be different. It's every part. Whenever you have people online interacting this way, talking this way, it's just
right.
going to naturally be a part of it. And I don't think we have to get our buttholes all clenched every time it happens. It's just you see how it is with us in Discord. I mean, we're talking shit all day long, so
All
it
the
ain't
time.
you know
All the
some
time.
people some people say I'm part of a whisper cell that doesn't call each other out, but like anybody who's in the know understands that we're calling each other out
all the
constantly, all day, every day.
all the
Like that,
time.
whoever says that, they don't know what they're talking about at all.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, that's where you get to know the person. You know what I mean? More so than what I hung out with you guys. Fussy, now I'm exposing my whisper stuff. But I hung out with you guys for a minute before. I think it was like I don't know, bro, about a month and a half where there was a psychological profile of me already. Remember, I would fuck around. I'm like, oh, now I'm compromised. Now some of that shit could be used against me, right, in battle content. But that's just how I'm broken, how I think, right? So, um, and yeah, and you can't make friends in this community. That's another thing.
I've
You
made
know,
many. Yeah.
I'm beginning to make friends, and this shit is fucking awesome. It didn't go well the first time, but this second time, it's absolutely fantastic. All right, you ready for another? Again, let me just say that these questions were formulated by the weapon. Okay, so there's
I
this
love how
thing.
you think ChatGPT is some secret
I
that no one knows about.
so
And
I
it's
didn't
like,
know about
bro,
that.
everybody knows about
I
that.
didn't know about that tech, and so I just found a way to weaponize it. Right, so I call it EBT, which is engagement battle tactics. So in other words, I'll use it to troll somebody. I'll have them analyze their video, yada yada yada, and withdraw ways to fucking clown somebody. But all right, so okay, so I need so okay. I have not made my eye doctor appointment, but I will, and I will rock my glasses. I actually want to wear
Come
glasses.
on, old man, read the
Yeah, yeah.
damn.
All right, all right. I like this is another one. Okay, you've had your name dragged into situations you never initiated, Marcus Aurelius. What keeps you grounded and cool when people try to bait you into something bigger?
I
Hmm.
mean, you know what keeps me grounded is that we're a bunch of 40, 30 plus year old men collecting comic books online. That,
Playing tough.
like,
Playing,
yeah,
playing
tough guys,
tough.
you know.
It's
I just got my X-Men one and I'm gonna whoop your ass.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
here
yeah,
to
yeah.
read X-Men one and kick your ass, and I just got done reading. It's like, there's a certain humbleness that should come with that. But at the same time, we're all men with testosterone and egos, and that's all,
Yeah.
part of it. And there's nothing wrong with that.
And
So, but what keeps me grounded more than anything, that's the same thing that keeps you grounded, is I have a wife, I have children that count on me, that
every
respect
day.
me, that need me, that love me. And this whole YouTube thing could go away tomorrow. I don't want it to, but it could all go away tomorrow, and I still got that, and I would be just fine with that. So that more than anything keeps me grounded.
Yeah. My boys who were up there running amok. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I hear it.
it's all about family, bro. For me, it's all about my boys, bro. I had kids late in life, and um, that's all it's about. That's you know me, bro. You know what time I'm at work. I grind. So, but I do like this is fun, bro. And you know what, dude? It's like I always kind of was insecure as a kid or as a youngster, as a young man, and I never thought I could I'm not comfortable on camera, shit like that. So this whole space whenever I started about 2 years ago, opened it up, and I started getting more what's the word, more secure, more comfortable. I feel like I can be myself, and I always like saying, th- uh in this pocket 3193, I believe it is, I call it the Biggie verse.
3193.
The 31393. Yeah, I will build the multiverse. It's one thing I will do. um Fuck, I lost my train of thought. Forgive me, I'm a stoner. Yeah, I've gotten more comfortable, and I've met good people like you, Marcus Aurelius, like Razor, like Immortal Biggie, Brian McClay, have um Mighty. I've opened up to let me hang out in their channel and participate, and it's it just gets, you know what I mean? It gets me pumped up, and I want to do it more and more and more. So I thank you for that, and Razor and everybody. All right, I did have a few side questions, but I can't remember, bro, because I'm fucking stoned. All right,
That's
okay,
why
so
you write everything down, brother.
no, I gotta come up. Well, I do. I have it from the weapon. So, all right, okay, here we go. If someone wanted to be part of this community, but felt like it was all clicks, whisper cells, Marcus, and fake peace, what would you tell them? It's an interesting one, huh? Probably
I
should.
would say, I would say that you see what you want to see in this world, right? If you want to say that this comic book community is full of closed doors with people who are rude and fake, and they're not worthwhile, all the bad things, if that's what you think and that's what you want to see, then that's what you're gonna see. You're gonna find that, you're gonna manufacture that. That's what you're gonna grow around here, if that's what you focus on. Because there's the comic book community isn't all one thing, right? So it can be all of these terrible things that you think it is. It can be, absolutely. Um, but it can also be this thing that it's been for me. And what I focus on is flying across the country to North Carolina in 2022 and 2024 and hanging out with a bunch of random people that I met online and talked about comic books with, and getting drunk and hanging out with Pocan Joe and having a good time, and Legion of Comics and Rob's Fat. I mean, just all of the people. And I could go on and on. I don't want to leave anybody out because the number, like, there's so many fucking people that I hung out with in those times that I've got to do that. And that's the best part for me, is the meeting people all across the world, building these relationships. And all of these relationships are going to be at various levels, right? You might be homies with this dude, kind of cool with that dude, you know. I mean, not everybody's going to click on this high level thing, you know. And I don't mean to say that I've made 1,000 best friends. I'm just saying I've made a bunch of cool people who are nerds like me, who like this nerd shit like I do, and who are plugged into this weird thing that we're doing. And that's what I focus on, and that's what I look and I see, because that's what I focus on. So if that's what you want it to be, then that's what it's going to be, man.
Absolutely. All right. So here's a question for you. So in terms of like, so like if you're, because ever since I've known you, you're not one to want to engage. So you're not one to what I like to fuck around jokingly call battle content. Like, I don't feel that that's your style, that you want to go and have a back and forth with another member of the community. Would that be accurate?
I mean, yes and no, right? You know, I'll do it. You've seen me do it. If I have
Yeah.
something I want to say, or if I have a purpose, or if I have a point I want to make, or, you know, if I care, then I'm more than willing to do it, you know. But it's just most of the time I don't care, you know that. Like,
Yeah, I do know that. That's where I think the perception of you is wrong. Right? Because if you were that drama guy, you'd seek it. I seek it, you know, I don't hide it. Right. I want, you know, I'm with it. I'm for it. I think it's fun. I think we can entertain the community, making fun of each other. If that's
yeah, dude. I mean,
that's what we wanted, you know what I mean? But
I get made fun of all day in this.
Yeah, right. I don't think you're wired that way. I'm wired that way. I think like Razor's wired that way. I think Biggie.
There he is.
I think maybe McClay is like, I think there's like a handful of people in this community that if another community member takes a shot at the guys I just mentioned, those guys are probably going to respond. Right. And I don't think that's the whole community. That's what I mean. If if those that want to do that, then man, let's have fun.
Yeah, I mean,
or not, you know, or not. So, you know, all right. So here's one more. Your growth has always felt really organic, just people finding you, sticking around, and becoming part of the conversation. How do you feel when you see creators trying to fast track that process?
Well, I think ultimately it's going to play itself out either way. But I do think there's a difference, as we've discussed. There's a difference between going through the YouTube promotions and doing the Google AdSense stuff, and having it just put your stuff in front of more people on YouTube, which means that you're not really buying views, you're buying impressions, but you've got to convert those impressions, as we all know. And that's not an easy task. So it's not really buying views to do it that way. I completely disagree. And if you're proud of something and you want to put it out that way, and you're willing to spend the money, and you're willing to go for whatever it is that you're trying to go for on that, then I say more power to you. But if you're out here on one of these like offshore sites, right, and you're just slamming subs, well, that's going to kill you in the long run. Like, you should be clowned for it, but also it's not going to help you in the long run, and you'll see the results of that. So I think there's two different conversations when you bring up that question. I think if you're doing the promotion stuff, cool, more power to you. If you're over here buying subs from these offshore sites, you're a fucking clown, dude, and you should stop right now.
Right. I don't know if anybody's really buying subs.
I mean, not help you if you are, especially in this niche. I mean, there's not any real money to be made. I mean, what are you doing? Like, what is your purpose of doing it?
I mean, I don't know. When that whole thing came out, I thought it was interesting, but at the same time, I think that I think you did that good short That was good. There was a lot of comments on that, and I think the one Izzy verse said was, really well. Uh, I mean, if it helps you, if you're what he said, dude, I can't fucking remember, but if you use it in a certain way that gives you channel growth and all that, I mean, what's wrong with it, right?
Yeah. If it's legitimate, like if you're honestly converting impressions to views and subs,
Yeah, because look, as a new creator, I'm learning that, bro. I'm learning what retention rate is. I'm learning. Fuck. Now I'm gonna forget, dude. Well, we talk about it all the time. Like, I watch my fucking numbers. Right? What's up, Wahoo? I
yeah,
watch my shit.
we've seen this, Wahoo, dude. And that's the thing is, like, if you are doing this, your views and your engagement are not going to support your growth, and it's going to be obvious to anybody looking at your social blade that that's what you're doing. So everybody that's doing it,
Yeah,
we know
that's
you're
another
doing
thing.
it,
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
another thing. Like, that's another thing. That's why sometimes you can't lie out here, bro. Like, you can't lie even with the fucking weapon. Like, that's what I
Yeah.
mean. Like, content is, I think it's almost becoming easier to make. Right? Because I used to joke when I
No,
hear,
good. I mean, content, yes, good content.
well,
No,
right, you have to have the personality,
and you
right?
gotta. I mean, yeah, the weapon isn't gonna write you good content. You have to fucking make it
Deliver
good.
it.
You
You
have to
gotta
make it
you
good.
gotta deliver it.
If
You
you're
know what I mean?
just telling it to write something and you're just reading it a rote, then you're gonna be
Right. Because I don't
yeah,
have nothing worth promoting because it's all bashing a particular person.
yeah.
So I never promote any of that shit. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
come on. I
Well,
mean, I
what's your
think
goal? Like, if you were to promote it, what's your goal? What right? That's something that you should be asking yourself. It's like,
uh,
what's your goal?
on that, nothing, bro. Because I like the dude. I could pat myself on the back. You know this. I'm comfortable with that. I live in my own head. So to me, it's just full fucking engagement, bro. You know what I mean? That's all it is. And I love seeing like having no subscribers to it growing and watching the
It's
analytics on
fun,
it
right?
and watching
Yeah.
the what is the views? I always forget about that. What's the views? The one that when it drops and shit, like when you could tell people are fast watching or they just stop watching, all that shit. So, well, I lost my train of thought, but that's what I'm saying. I got nothing that I personally would promote, but I like to sell books, bro. So if I was flipping and I had and I was a guy that bought collections or something like that, bro, I think I probably would. I think I
Yeah,
would.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think
If
I
you're trying
probably
to
would.
sell something, yeah,
Right.
there's no reason not to. And I want to respond to Mighty. It's like, yeah, you could be just promoting videos, but again, promoting videos is kind of come down to that conversion of impressions to views to subs. And you're going to see a correlation of all of those numbers that are going to make sense and it's going to look organic. But when you're buying subs, you're just going to see an influx of subs without the corresponding views, without the corresponding engagement, right? If you're getting a bunch of subs but there's not a bunch of new comments from new people, like, there's
Yeah.
gonna be so, like, yes, you could just be promoting videos, but it's gonna look right if it's organic the way that it should be. If you're just buying subs, then it's gonna be obvious because the numbers aren't gonna
Right.
support what you're doing.
And what I always say, Marcus, I don't like to do things that could be used against me. So for
You're
instance,
constantly thinking about this. Yes, you
yes,
are.
I don't, it could, you can get trolled for that shit. You can get roasted. But again, I feel the community is built a certain way, so they're not. What up, 90? So they're not going to.
I'm
It
not
just,
worried about getting roasted, dude.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'll take my clothes off for laughs, dude. I don't
Oh,
take
I don't
myself
know
so
about this. I don't
seriously,
know.
dude. I don't, you can roast me. I don't care.
No, you know what I mean. You're not gonna believe this, bro. But we flew through the questions.
Is that it?
Yeah, we flew through the
Is that
fuck.
all you got?
That was it.
All right.
It
Does the
was fun.
chat have any questions? Let's see.
Yeah, let's see what's up with the
The
chat.
great Brian McClay
Brian
asks,
McClay, the flipper verse, baby, was
100%
good.
people buy subs and views in this comic community. Marcus is right. Social Blade will out people if you know what to look for, and this is 1,000%
Shit. I mean,
correct.
what's up? I mean, you guys want to have open tarot dome? You want to see if anybody want to come in? I mean,
He said, "Oh, you don't want to disappoint the Biggie Shack. He's disappointed. It was more than 4 questions, wasn't it?"
it was Biggie, and it was, but me and Marcus do have a,
Biggie, ask me a question, bro. What you
yeah.
wanting to ask me? I'm here. We got what? How much time do I got before my kids got to go to bed here? What, about 20, 30 minutes? Yeah. We got
Yeah,
about
we got to.
35
I mean,
minutes.
hey, if
What's
anybody
your
wants,
question, Biggie? Fulfill your dreams.
thank you, George.
George has got your back. The George has got to stick together here. He said you did
Yeah,
a
of
good
course.
job. Oh, see, Biggie in here
Uh,
talking smack, but he ain't got nothing.
let's see,
There you
Razor.
go.
Thank you, Razor. It's the
There you
homie,
go.
bro. It's my
Well,
dog, Razor.
let me ask you a question. How do you feel
Uh,
about your past beefs? How do you feel about the fact that you've built your channel on the back of another man?
Woo! Sticky. Daniel, I know you're watching. I know you're watching, Daniel. I feel it's fucking glorious. Dude, like, cause I get into my lore, I pat myself on my back. You know this, Marcus Aurelius, and you know what I mean. I had no subs, and I had
I
like
mean, it's been
20,
impressive.
yeah, I had like 20 subs, bro, and his fucking videos got like 400 views just because I,
Yeah.
trolled the fuck out of him.
The drama merchants outpunch their sub count, don't they?
Big
They really
time, bro,
do.
and I'm all for it. I'm all for it. He said that, but that was always it, though, right? But in fairness, it's not like I didn't warn him. Like in the Cold War, he knows what I'm talking about. It's not, it's not like he didn't know it was coming. So, but isn't that not what he did anyway?
Yeah, well, that's
So,
the thing about these people is they have certain tactics that they use, but then they'll cry when you do the same thing to them. It's like, all right, are you the person to make this point? Biggie has a question: do circle jerks get wet? Darth, is
to
that for
circle
me or
jerks.
is that for me or is that for Darth?
Well,
My
hey,
answer is they better get wet. You feel me? I mean,
well,
what are we
that's
doing if
that's
they're not
that's my
wet?
next guest, Mr. Mortal Biggie Shack. My past beef for Renovision, you know how I feel. Fuck Renovision, fuck Pete, Rena, fuck Marco, and fuck Booster.
Man, how many years ago is this? Boy,
I
the
don't give
fire
a
is
shit,
still
Marcus.
on.
You can't tell me when to let go because I'm never letting go. All right, I'm a
He gets
survivor.
mad. Look at him. He's ready to fight me about it. Look
No,
at
I'm
him.
not. No, I'm a survivor of drama, and that's how I feel. I told you if I can make people choose, I fucking would. I almost definitely
You
would.
know me, I don't make people choose, dude.
I know
You
that.
can't make people choose, and I've said this before, but like, however you feel about people, you can't be out here making people choose because that just creates these silly little stupid high school riffs in this community. And we all got to remember that we're let's have fun and we can be silly and that's fine. But we're grown ass men, guys.
Right.
You can't be telling grown ass men who they can
Now I
associate
know
with.
I'm fucking around. Yeah, well then motherfuckers shouldn't come into my DMs and tell me to watch out for
Ooh,
you.
who are those people? Interesting.
You know what I mean? They know who they are.
Interesting.
I mean, I should. Oh, you don't want to go full out Terror Dome, do you? I don't fuck
I
around and
bet.
ask
I
Shaq.
bet you Biggie does. I bet you Biggie
But
does.
look at Brian's question. Yeah, want me to read it or you got it?
I want to know what you guys think about content creators in our community all doing the same things: list, market reports, and pickups. Is it too hard to come up with new content ideas?
Absolutely.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is too
Brian.
hard.
Yes, it
Absolutely.
is.
It's too
Yes,
freaking
it's all cyclical, right? And I think
well.
hold on. So that's my guy. I like to think, you know how I do my shit, right? So I like to think I'm from that bubble where he's from. And even back then, bro, the content was so similar. It almost felt like they were biting their shit, but you had a bunch of speculators, flipper, just dudes that knew variants, and it was hard even back then to talk. Sometimes they would talk about the same books, right? But sometimes, like I take shots like Pete and Renovich. They did blatantly just copy some shit, but whatever the case may be. But it's hard to.
What is that? The steal your vision?
Yeah, still your vision. Yeah. So it's sick, but so it's hard. Like, look, I'm gonna do, what's up. Hopefully, I'm gonna do the comic book shit, and I'm gonna talk about the first 5 issues of Transformers, and then I think we're gonna do War of the Realms, and I think we're gonna do because I did it on SNS Renovision, still the Vision, the Punisher, Jason Aaron, but I'm better with my content now, so I want to do it again because I think that what I want to do in comic book is talk about runs that maybe have been slept on, but talk about them. I don't want to. I don't want to do it in a segment. I kind of want to do it in maybe an hour. You know what I mean? And I'll use the weapon to summarize the story. So that's what I. That's what I. what I want to do with comics, and I think that's been done before, but fuck it, I don't care. Hearing how good the ship the Daredevil Zdarsky one was, or what's been a good run back within recent. Well, there's a lot of indies I think are fucking good. There's a lot of indies I think are good. That I don't think people read, but we'll see. But I'm not worried about views and subs. Right, I really literally do this shit for fun because I think it's fun because I'm learning how to do it. I got the thrill of learning how to edit. Shout out to you, learning how to do all that, put things together, edit, yada yada. Then I did my clips. Oh, speaking of Daniel, for watching, that intro, who you got it from. But touche, I salute to you, my Daniel son. I love that intro and doing all that shit. Right, when I did the cool, like all that shit, that's what I like doing. Right.
Yeah.
It's fun. But I want to talk about comics, man. I want to talk about how good War of the Realms was, bro. And I want to talk about whatever's in these fucking law boxes that I'm having a brain fart on right now.
Yeah, I would say to Brian, obviously, yes, as I'm sure Brian knows, as someone, I mean, it is hard to come up with new content ideas, especially in a space that's been here for a while. So a lot of stuff has been tried. But I do think that um, it's not exactly a fair criticism, right? Because you could say the same thing about gaming channels, right? Like, why is everybody just playing games? Well, like that's the content, right? That's the
Yeah,
space that we're in, is that everybody's playing a game. So of course, the space that we're in is going to be pickups, unboxings, market reports, and lists, because that's just a function of the space that we exist in. And there's always going to be eyeballs that are interested in that stuff. And so that stuff's going to come down to, as George says here, presentation, who's going to present it the best, which is why you see Beyond Wednesdays be pretty successful because they present it so well. So I think
yeah,
that's just the natural function of having such a small niche, and even any niche on YouTube, is that you're going to have a bunch of people kind of doing similar things. But I do think we have a responsibility, and I have a responsibility to try and do new things. I stopped doing new things for a long time.
right,
And I've been trying to start doing new things again because I think, as Comic Tom said in the first Sticky Goose video, as content creators in this comic book niche space, if we love this thing, we have a responsibility to promote this thing the best way we know how. And I'm trying to do a better job of that going forward for sure.
right. Tea and comedy. Oh, I can do this. Oh, look.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
You
yeah.
do it then. I'm
What
tired of
what is
it.
yeah, what
No,
is the
this ain't
best?
my show.
Yeah, yeah. What is the best solution for drama? I don't know, bro. I really don't know.
You know what my answer would be is
Uh,
that number one, like, know your grounding. Like, don't get your value from this, right? Don't
Right.
get your value from the clicks and the people commenting, and don't get your value. Get your value from your family and the things that really matter in your life, and let this be just a little side thing that you do. Like, I think that's part of what's different for me, is that I've been living online since 1997, 1998, perpetually, really. And so I've been in online niches going back to then. So whether it was the multi-user dungeon niche or the EverQuest niche or the Warcraft niche, and in all of these niches, I've built relationships with people, and of course drama was all part of every single one of those relationships. So I think I'm more suited for this stuff because it's just, for me, it's like, yeah, of course, people are going to
Yeah.
fight, we're going to not like each other. I mean, I ran multiple guilds. I run a 30-man dynasty with playing college football.
Mm,
This is how all this works, guys. We can all say, hey, we should be grown-ups, but at the end of the day, we're still human beings. And
yeah.
sometimes I'm gonna pop off, like, myself. I try to be a human being, but sometimes I'm gonna pop off.
And our feelings get hurt. I don't know why people should just
You
admit that.
know,
Yeah, people, hey, dude. I mean, it is what it is. And why do you think some of these guys, get their feelings hurt, they get triggered, and they say what they say? That's happened to me. I don't shy away from it. I'm just a human being. But like I said, being trolled on the internet changes you, and it definitely changed me to very drama sensitive.
and
Okay.
I think Mighty's right here, and I think it comes down to sometimes we just gotta let stuff we don't like exist, right? If you don't
Yeah.
like unboxing videos, that's fine. You don't have to watch them. They can still exist. It's fine. Let
Right.
everybody go to where they want to go. Let them find their whisper cell that that fits them.
What? I mean, they are whispers, but I mean, dude, isn't that just life?
I
Bro?
think it just makes it sound nefarious, like you're some CIA cell and we're
That's
all
what I
plotting,
love about
and we're
it.
plotting against each other 24/7. But the truth is, in the whisper cell, we're making fun of each other 24/7. So it's not a
Well,
very good whisper
ours,
cell.
which is thank you. Now it's exposed. So ours, but okay. So whisper cell is like these dudes tell me, hey, Darth. I'm like, yeah. Watch out for Marcus. I'm like, why? And
Yeah, well, that ain't us
then
then, right? I
there's a
mean, that ain't
paragraph,
me.
and I'm like, read. And like, oh, I don't know. I think he's kind of all right, man. Okay, just that's how it started. I'm like, dude, come on, stop. Right. You know what I mean? And it's like, so that's what that is. Okay, so
That's so
Renovision was
weird
like
to me too. I don't
that.
understand it. I don't
Renovision
understand
was
that
like that.
stuff. I've never messaged any of y'all. I've never messaged anybody about Razor. I've
Hey,
never messaged
I
anybody
don't know.
about any of these people. You know, I got, why? I don't, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Right, I know. Like, I don't give a shit if they get butt hurt, but it's like, I don't know that, and I held on that for a while, and I was like, you know what, man, this motherfucker's good people. Really, once my son was like,
I
"Where's
try to
Marcus?"
be, man. I
Once my
really do.
son was like, "Where's Marcus?" Is that Marcus? I was like, okay, this dude got put over by you know what I mean? So I'm
My
like,
homie,
yeah,
yeah.
you know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, Marcus, check this out. But I held it for a long time, bro, and you could. So that probably is whisper cell shit. You know what I mean? That's whisper cell shit, and
Well, that's what it is. I'm not in any whisper
well,
cells then.
I don't know why they didn't just come out and say it and just do some content. If that's what it is, and just go out and roast the homie, and then you go from there and see what
Yeah,
happens.
I'm openly hostile. Like if I don't like you, it's not a secret. And the people who I don't like, they know I don't like them. It's not a secret to them.
Yeah, and vice versa.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of people who don't like me that I'm not aware of it.
I like
There's
to
a
think
lot.
a lot. I don't even know. I haven't been doing this for a long time, so I'm sure there's people at Renovision don't like me, and maybe viewers of McClay maybe not might get it. But other than that, dude, I don't know. I think I'm a swell guy.
Me too, man.
Not,
How could you not like me? I'm a fucking.
well, I mean, yeah, I do. I just want to make fun of each other if we could and not get personal.
Yeah. You remember that one time you got really mad at me? We don't have to talk about that.
When I don't remember, was it Razor? Because I was defending Razor. Well, I remember the one time you got mad at me because I was defending.
Sticky. It was Sticky when I said something about Sticky. You got
Fuck
pissed.
Sticky. See, I don't even know why you're bringing them up. Oh, about the. Oh yeah. Oh, but Daniel, if you're out there, we put you in fucking EBT, bro. We did. We put you. We analyzed your ass in EBT, bro. So just in case, so you know that. But
Man, we got some haters out here, dog.
bro, we
I thought
flew.
Razor would be my biggest hater. Little did I know it'd be my friends. Who knew?
Florida ain't nothing for you, bro. Yeah, we flew. I didn't think we'd fly through this like this, bro. But then again, we talk to each other every day.
Next episode, Biggie Shaq. Apparently,
Yes,
you need
sir.
to come with harder hitting questions for Biggie.
Well, Biggie is a battle content guy. So with Biggie, I can ask him, hey, tell me what you were thinking when you were going to make the rap diss on Danielson. Right. I can't be calling him Danielson. Sticky Goes. Let me call him Sticky Goes because you know what? I'm in a summer piece.
I love it when you call him Daniel. What up, Sticky Goose?
Sticky, how about you just come and shoot down?
Get your moxie back. I don't know
Come
what this
on, bro. Engage. Say names, bro. I love the flipper video.
You don't have to care what these people think, Dan.
Yeah,
you got
fuck these dudes.
Fuck them.
Sticky, if you're out there, just think. You want to be Lex Luthor? You would be Lex Luthor if you said fucking names and you didn't duck nobody.
All my friends are my biggest haters, dog.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, you just come on, Sticky Goose. Come to the terror. You know what? That I'll say this before we wrap it up or whatever. That I never wanted to even fuck with that dude or be on stream with that guy, but when it happened with Mighty, it kind of changed shit with, you know what I mean? Because like I heard some shit in his voice.
That shit. Well, can we talk? I mean, I don't want to waste it. Maybe somebody else, but man,
What?
I thought, Mighty, you fucked it. Can I just say, Mighty, if you're saying you
That's just
fucked that
Terradome, bro.
shit.
Terradome.
Oh, I don't even know what the fuck Mighty was doing. Why would you invite that conversation and then try and police it in such a way as if you didn't know what was going to happen? It's like, setting the kitchen on fire and then like being like, I just don't get it. Like you set it on fire and then you were like trying to not let it be on fire. Let that shit be on fire, man. I couldn't believe how mad. Like he was pissed.
Oh, dude, he was mad.
And he was making up that shit about you and the knife. I'm like, why is he
bro?
making this up?
It's like
Dude,
I never even said that. But and so that's the thing that kind of changed because I heard some shit in his voice. I'm like, oh fuck,
He was hurt, dude.
Yeah.
What was that favorite part? The clown. Did he took that down? That was my favorite thing ever. I wish I would have clipped that shit.
I did. I clipped it. It's in my video.
That was my favorite thing he's ever done.
Yeah.
Hey man, let him fucking name call. That's what I'm saying, dude.
You know what? Look. My boy got a lot of stick for that. But you got to give him
fucked it up, Mighty. I'm gonna tell you right now, you fucked it up.
It's still lore. It still lived, and it still was a great piece of battle content between me, him, and Razor. It could have been more harsher, but it didn't. He said what he kind of wanted to say. I kind of said what I said. Yeah, but you got to give credit to Mighty for doing that. And this is like a hodgepodge amalgam of Mighty, others, this shit here, right? Open fucking Terradome. And I respect him for it. And I asked him to come on. He said he would. And that's what the conversation will be. Tactically, what was the homie thinking? I still enjoyed it. I loved being part of that. But you know me very well. And the next day I was like, man, I don't know. I was like, wait a minute, dude. His voice.
He killed the Lord. What did you say?
Yeah, because he doesn't want to mention, I'll speak for my name. Okay, so then don't mention. So I thank you for wearing a mask and thank you for your slow intro you just did. I appreciate that. And that's enough for me because it's the lore. It's the engagement, bro. You don't gotta say my fucking name. Don't, because you're 14,000. But like I said earlier, you would be Lex Luthor if you mention anybody's name. What the homie say? Yeah, he did good, bro. See, that's it. I got questions for Mighty. Mighty, I think you like drama just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Clearly he does.
Just a little bit. You know what I mean? And so it was still a moment, bro. I appreciate that moment. And I appreciate it, for Daniel coming on. And I think he has to be respected for coming on because he didn't have to. Because I'll save the questions but respect really for Daniel for engaging in a Terradome because he did, bro. Because we clown him a lot.
Yeah,
I roast him a lot.
Surprised. Yeah, I was surprised.
He popped up, right? Yeah. Daniel, if you're out there, homie. This is fun, bro. So
hopefully this can be a place where you can get people to sit down and shoot the shit and be real about moments and cut all the hoopla out and just get to the nitty-gritty.
Dude. Like I would say that to I would say that to you and Razor maybe one day, but I don't know. Sticky ain't coming down to our this is like Coruscant, right? And we're like on the lower levels. Unfortunately, Daniel really thinks he's up there, so I don't see him fucking around with the little people, if you will. So yeah. So, which is all good because that's his shtick. So, man, but we flew through this, dude. So, Biggie wants to come on, or you want to? Because you got to go do JP, huh? You're a busy man.
Yeah, I got 15 more minutes here before I got to go, so not too much time. Well, if you guys want to keep the show going, I don't know if you think you can handle it.
If Biggie wants to come on for a little bit before we say goodbye, cool. But I know you got to get you got to get ready for JP.
Hey, hold on. Let me see here.
But that was a good moment, bro.
It was fun. I wanted more though. I wanted to let it loose, let it pop off.
Yeah, anybody could come in, right? I don't give a fuck. It's still lore. I still I know I was butthurt the next day. I was like, fuck that. That shit fucked up my lore. Because I didn't know. I I thought Mighty at worst would ask me, why am I trolling Sticky type question. I didn't know that Daniel would be in a tuck. You know what I mean? But I don't feel like it was an ambush because Mighty made made it very clear what it was. And I was like,
Yeah, that
fuck
wasn't
it.
an ambush.
I was like, I'm for it, bro. You know what I mean?
That's
And
what you
you,
came for.
huh?
How
Yeah,
could it be an ambush when that's what you came for?
right. Because I kind of heard that. And dude, I was all like, dude, I was like pumped up. I was like, you know what I mean? It was fun. Like finally troll the troll, bro. Finally. You know, it's you know what I call it? The first live cameo battle, possibly. And then it was 2v1.
Yeah, it was unfair.
You know what I mean? You know, I had my one-on-one. It was awesome, bro. It was awesome, bro. You know what? It's hard for me to watch the breakdowns. I still haven't gotten through the Razor breakdown or the McClay breakdown.
No, I don't watch them.
I watch.
I don't want anybody. I don't want anybody to make me mad, so I just don't watch. You know, I don't want to not like someone because I didn't like what they said on some dumb shit. You know, so I just skip it.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. It was still fun. I'm very thankful for the moment. It is a good drama lore.
It's fun, man.
It's fun. Bro. For this era that we're in,
I think it's fun.
Now, I would love to see. I almost pay to see Niobe and Sticky.
Oh, I don't think that'll happen.
You don't think that'll happen?
Oh, look at that. We got our producer here.
Oh, hey.
What up, sicko? I produced for us because I'm such a nice guy. I even highlighted Razor's comments. How cool am I, man?
Yeah,
I'm
man.
such a nice guy.
I mean, there's got to be. You know, I'll make that my mission, bro. Is to make peace between you and Razor.
No, that peace is not necessary.
You know what it is. You know what I feel like. It's like countries. I feel like in my own mind, we're countries or planets in the multiverse, and my planet, it's between you and Razors, and I won't let you guys engage over my airspace. You know what I mean? You guys cannot use my airspace. You cannot use my land to invade each other. You have to take that shit in the Gulf of Lopez, Razor, Marcus Aurelius, right? You guys can fight over there all you want, but on my land, nah. And you know it's hard. If you want to get real, you know it's hard when being in Discord. You know, even sometimes I'm critical of my guy because he's my guy. Like, you're my guy. I don't want people to make fun of him. Like the whole thing with what he's doing, experimenting with the promotions. The first thing I thought, man, they might troll my guy on that shit. You know what I mean? That's what I thought, and I told him that. But credit to Razor, he's like, bring it. So it is what it is, dude. You know, he. I always said a long time ago, nobody would probably pay attention, but Razor to me is like a bad guy. That's his person. It is what it is, bro. You know what I mean? He's a bad guy.
No one's all one thing.
No one's all one thing. Well, I mean, if you want, if that's it, bro, what's Discord? Nah, fool, you know what Discord, fool. Stop. You should get you a Razor Discord. I'll be in it. But what do you think, bro? I know you got to get to your next show. I think this was smooth, bro. I think.
Yeah, I look forward to the next one with Biggie.
Yes,
Make sure you hit him with the hard hitting questions.
I think I hit you. What? Because you're not a drama guy. I don't care what people. I think
I like to talk about it.
You'll talk about it, but you're not going to start it, and you don't really want to engage in it.
Well, that's not. I mean, I started drama with Sticky. I started drama with Decor. Like if I have a point, if I have an axe to grind, I'll start some drama.
Nobody starts drama with Sticky, bro. Sticky starts drama with everybody, the whole community.
I was reacting. It's true.
He said last year, "Fuck the comic book community." That's what he said. So just but I guess this has been the first episode of what is it? Bags and Unfiltered.
You gotta know your own score, dude. You gotta work on that.
Well, I gotta go get stoned because my highness is wearing out.
Everybody must get stoned.
All right, I guess that's it. Thank you everybody for showing up. I appreciate it, man. This has been awesome. Thank you, Marcus. I hope to have some of the other guys on.
Yeah,
That
thank you to the chat for not being really mean to me.
Yeah. Well, they like you, you know.
Some of
Oh,
them.
Jake said, "Fuck." Oh, damn, Jake's.
Don't listen to Chris. Chris is trolling the whole night.
Chris has good taste in music. Anybody Chaos and Comics has good taste in music. Very good taste in music. So, all right, bro. I guess that's been the first Bags and Unfiltered, and this is Darth Lopez. Always remember, it is what it is.